welcome again to Mangoseed Selectors and in the Selectors chair. Today we have Kiwan. What's up, man?
Landreth-Smith in the house.
And you might be our guest from the furthest away. Right now you're in Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
So what Trinidad saying right now?
It's really cool. We know getting all the way very COVID here. People are a little desensitized from it now. I mean, we had the whole lockdown. I think the whole world kind of fed up with the lockdown scenes. So, before I was like washing groceries and things before we opened the packaging and that kind of thing. Now, we ain't washing groceries, but we still kind of careful, like washing our hands and things. Compare that to other people on the outside who was kind of, taking the time and washing their hands. Now they just kind of like, whatever, everybody drinking and partying. We just had elections down here. So we've seen a little spike in that, But we can't get away from the COVID.
So the partying coming back? Or the party never stopped?
Party definitely stopped. It had some real turned into a line. I personally not partying.
Right.
I did a lot of introspection over that time. I did some extra skills and that kind of thing. I had real music shows. I had shows lined up actually. I had a real good live season planned, and it just went done, none. It's like, what am I gonna do now? Luckily, I started, had the idea to teach guitar online.
Yeah.
I was doing that for a bit, and that floated me through the 3 months, and started learning like JavaScript and these kind of things. So it was like just busy myself, but a lot of introspection as well, a lot of meditation and just sorting out internal stuff. It was like a real welcome pause. So for me, I had a really, really super positive time during the lockdown.
And so what does it feel like? What does it feel like now, having gone through all that introspection and stuff? What have you come out of it with, or are you still in it?
So I come out of it with velocity. I have direction and speed in a certain direction. Like I've come out with direction. So I'm on a path now for myself where I'm very much able to be in the moment, but I am moving towards something. So I feel like that. So I'm not in the introspection phase so much again.
You're in the action phase now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
It's not a musical thing, but luckily music has benefited from that, the new ethos, the new path. Music is coming for the ride too, so that's cool.
Tell us about some of the projects you've been involved with. Like for me, I've heard so many songs that come out of Trinidad from all kinds of genres, and then I'm like, who is the guitarist on that? And then like without a doubt, everybody be like Kiwan. I was like, what? Like all the time, all kind of different songs from all kind of different artists. Yeah, Kiwan is the guitarist on that. So tell us some of the projects you've been involved with.
Honestly, I can't even remember. Like I just a few. My personal projects. The most recent one was last year. Kin Sound System.
Yeah.
As my band is a trio now. It used to be a bigger ensemble. And last year, the name of the album is Live Again.
Nice.
Yeah. I had some health challenges in the last 6 years. I got cancer, my thyroid, and I had to cut that out and the healing process with that. I was, my vitality had gone. I had lost 40 pounds. I stopped surfing. Surfing is a big part of my life. So since then, I've started back surfing. I had lost my voice, so I had to learn to sing again.
What?
Yeah. So, and then Shamal Chandra Dancing.
Yeah.
Big up.
Sham. He wrote the song. We co-wrote it, but it was his idea first. And Live Again is the name of it. And it just tied in. We named the album Live Again.
Yeah.
After that, and it tied into my story a little bit. It's just like come again, you and come again.
Nice.
Just like ramping up that impetus to make and create and drive some music. So it's a rock album. That's a rock album for sure.
We were really lucky to get to perform with you when you guys came up to England. Got to do that twice. That was super awesome.
I missed that first show. The U.S. Embassy held my passport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like missing my own show. UK in London show, and I missed it. But the second one was cool. The second one was in Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really enjoyed that. I'll have a really nice show. That was sick. Really enjoyed it.
So I want to ask you about surfing, but we'll keep it on music for now.
Oh jeez.
So the whole point of Selectors is that we get everybody who's in a chair to tell us about music that they love, right? Music that they vibe into and music that they feel. And so you've picked some interesting songs. Let's talk about Vicarious by Tool.
Yeah.
Why is that one for you?
Because how to break this down. So human nature, we try to be good to each other. You know what is good and you know what is bad, and you go to school, try to instill some values in children. Parents try to instill values in you. You're like, okay, cool, kill somebody, bad. Give food to a stranger who's hungry, good. Say thank you, have manners, that kind of thing. Vicarious is just exploring our amusement at death and mortality. How we would sit down and we would watch the TV and it's like they're killing going on, just people getting named and murdered, and we like that shit. So
if we didn't like it, they wouldn't play it, right? That's the fact. Like, they're playing what we like.
Yeah, we consume that.
Is that not a chicken and an egg type situation? That if we like it, so they play it, but we like it more because it's being played.
Well, I have a little theory.
Go on.
Right? That love and hate is just two different colors of the same energy of creation. And beyond this realm, when we die, it don't really matter if he was living in love or in hate. It was just absolutely the same energy. And a friend of mine today actually said that the opposite of love isn't hate, but apathy. So
yeah, I feel that. I feel that totally.
Yeah. So the opposite of hate is apathy as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Love and hate is here, and apathy is here. So, we have the ability to destroy things that aim to destroy what we love, so the energy feeds into itself. And so, we inherently have a relationship to abject violence as well as, being nurturing beings as well. So that song just kind of distills it and turns it into an interesting perspective.
Yeah. I mean, can we talk about the production of that song for a second? Because I was listening to it and what was the lead singer's name? James Maynard, is that what his name is?
Yeah, Maynard.
Yeah. His voice is so far buried in the mix of that song. Like, there's so much going on above him, and he's almost like, it feels like he is the tiny voice of reason inside a tsunami.
Yeah, I love that whole album. That album is 10,000 Days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole album sounds like that, right? But it's an immersive experience. I think that's my favorite album by those guys, 10,000 Days.
Yeah.
That song especially. Yeah, and the aesthetic of it, the sound stage of it is he's there, deep in the mix, but very solid.
Yeah.
But then he's like, I mean, his voice is so distinct. He has a special voice, especially for rock. That is the voice of rock, James.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Esperanza Spalding. So we go from Tool to Esperanza Spalding. Explain yourself, Kiwan.
Well, those two songs to me, they are actually the same song.
Go on.
So like Little Fly, Thy Summer's Play, My Thoughtless Hand Has Brushed Away. It's like the smallest little, you look at a fly and you could swat it, right? And imagine the absolute turmoil and violence that fly experiences when you do that.
Yeah.
So when you imagine if you kill an ant, right? Like you just brush an ant off. Imagine if you are an ant and this massive monolith thing just comes and just like just wipes you and anything around you away. Is the most violent thing, and be capable of it, and you're not paying too much mind to it. So it's just like another dimension of violence and what we deem as acceptable.
But they're from two artists who are like I don't know if any. I don't know who would put those two people in the same playlist except you.
No, but the funny thing is when you listen to it back to back, it so works. Yeah. It's just weird because the tool with the Tool song, you're doing this. Esperanza comes on, and you're still doing this. You're just stuck in this, beautiful space. It's just odd, but they work back to back, lovely.
So. And I mean, you asked me what are my two favorite tracks and my favorite album, and I guess this week that's what I'm feeling, Like,
Yeah. When I was messaging you, it was like this one. Wait, I don't want to tell you yet because my mind might change. And then it was like within a week of today, you're like, right, this should last from now till then, but probably in a day I'm gonna like something else more. So.
I recognize that this is an impossible task for a musician to ask them what their favorite album is.
Yeah, but you could feel things. I mean, you feel different things at different times,
Definitely. And also, like, what that album is for you next week could be a completely different album, and or it might be the same album for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
Which leads us on to very nicely into Nirvana.
Yeah.
Tell us the name of the album and why it's your favorite album this week.
So the name of the album is Incesticide by Nirvana. And just purity of expression that album seems to have captured from Nirvana. Something that resonates deeply with me. Not for any intellectual reasons, but for very primal reasons. Like, I feel that album on my skin. I listen to it. Like, there's no denying it. Like, it motivates me to motion. Like, I just want to like Nirvana motivated me to start playing guitar. So, you know, there's a little tidbit there.
When did you start playing? Like at what age?
Now I'm 39 now. So I started playing when I was 17.
1981.
Yeah.
Math there, Richard.
You playing long before me. I started playing at 97 or 96, somewhere around there.
But no, man, like, just so everyone knows that's looking, my first ever gig down south in Trinidad, because Trinidad's even a small island, yeah, but it has a north-south divide, even the music scene. My first ever gig down south was because of Kiwan, and he invited me to play at one of his gigs when we were both playing rock. And I believe his first gig at Our Limits was because I booked you guys, because I was like, yeah, we just got invited by you guys, you better come up north and play too. And that's where I met him when I was like a teenager, like 16, 17.
You know, the first time I met you, Richard, was actually on Juve morning. No. Was it that? Was that the first time I met you? Juve morning. That was so insane. So me and my brother Tyken, we went into Port of Spain Juve morning. This is like 2 a.m. the beginning of Carnival, where during Carnival all you hear is soca music. You don't hear anything else. Everything else disappears. Like, it's all about soca music in Trinidad and Tobago for Carnival. Juve morning, this is like the pinnacle of it. From Monday morning all the way to Tuesday evening. It's like a 2-day party, right? For those not familiar. And yeah, we, in the midst of the Carnival, we end up on a rooftop somewhere, and then Richard and his band Overdose, they like yeah.
Hang on. Why you can't say Overdose?
I mean, like, what kind of band name is that? Let's not say Overdose. That's not good.
What kind of band name is Tool? Like, we here.
True. Yeah, my band showed up.
Go on, say. So what was Overdose doing?
Yeah, so they pulled a bunch of instruments up on the roof on strobe lights, and they just like did a full concert almost for me and my brother and a friend of ours.
What?
During Juve morning, we wanted to hear some rock.
Hell, where was that? Where was that?
On the roof.
Savannah.
Around the Savannah?
On the roof. Yeah, on the roof of a 6-story building.
Oh my God.
Richard, you live there, right?
Yeah, we still own it, but yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, back to music.
That
was amazing. And afterwards,
you about that.
You get down the place. But...
So hang on. So you're saying that Nirvana was the band that inspired you to start playing, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think that particular album, Incesticide, has that kind of energy on it?
It feels like the pre-production to an album that they were gonna do. So it's like it feels homegrown. It feels like the rehearsal sessions. It's almost like you get closer to.
No, it was a bunch of B-sides, right? There's a bunch of B-sides and pre-records. It's a compilation album when I looked it up.
Yeah.
So like it is what you're saying. It is closer. It is rawer.
Yeah. So there's I know there's a counterpart to Incesticide or a couple of them, some other things with like songs like Cumberjan and other things that swap meat and like some old rare Nirvana ones. Like you have to be a real Nirvana fan to know these songs. But I don't even know all of them. Like I just know the main album ones and then this B-side album called Incesticide. But Incesticide, there's a song on it called Dive. And to me, that it's just a belligerent, just like slamming rock song. And I was never into music for. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't come into music for musicality. I came into music for brutal expression. That was what drew me in. And it was through this expression of rock music that exposed me, you know, to musicality, the different genres, jazz and blues and reggae, and you know, starting to appreciate the different genres of music from you know, to be able to deconstruct it and then to play it and understand the production and that kind of thing, and to understand the harmony and the musical content and interplay of the different instruments and elements. So I came in with you know, with the intention of just brute force. Like, I just wanted to experience this raw emotion, and Incesticide distills that for me and represents that. The genesis of my musicality comes from that place, and it reminds me of that, and I feel that very strongly when I listen to that album.
Do you feel like as a musician, you have been able to bridge those two sides of you, that kind of brutal expression as well as the musicality?
Yeah. Even with reggae, like, and I found it through playing leads, you know, like what you call lead guitar, like solos and that kind of thing. But you know, I found my voice, so to speak, on the guitar. So I got really good at expressing and coming up with melodies that could elicit that kind of expression, where it's really raw and primal, and it screams and it cries, but at the same time, it's, you know, other people could appreciate it as beautifully musical as well. You know, so especially blues guitar playing, like the blues guitar kind of bridges the gap. For those who know, it's like Ray Charles and Chris Cornell from Soundgarden. I consider those two guys like almost the same singer.
Well, blues is a precursor. It's a rock, right? So rock and roll comes out of blues. All right. I don't want to run out of time, but I have one last question for Kiwan and Carlos. What is your favorite right now guitar solo? And of the music that you have made, what's your favorite guitar part that you have played?
Favorite guitar you played, or favorite guitar solo you played?
Guitar solo and favorite guitar part.
Oh, guitar part. Okay, cool. Gotcha.
God have mercy.
Start with Carlos.
You're in the project. Shut up.
Okay, favorite guitar solo. As soon as you said that, my mind goes straight to Santana, and it's got to be a live Santana. Thinking from Lotus, and I think he's doing Samba Pati, but he mixes in Breezing, originally by Bobby Womack, but then taken over by George Benson, and he puts in all sorts of different stuff. He just pulls from every single other kind of genre and guitarist, and then he slips it into his own. And it isn't until you hear the other songs, go, oh, that's where you got it from. Oh, actually, oh, that's an old song. That's I can't remember the song, Midnight in Tunisia. I can't remember what name the jazz standard is. And so that's Santana for me for favorite.
All in this one guitar solo, he plays all of these songs.
Guitar solo, he'll throw all these different things in.
We need that in the link, Nico, because I want to click on that and hear that.
Lots of album, Samba Pati.
Kiwan, what is yours?
Guitar solo. Little Wing by Stevie Ray Vaughan. The whole song is a guitar solo. It's like the pinnacle. Like nothing comes close to that for me.
All right.
It's between that and the solo from 5 Minutes Alone by Pantera.
All right, all of these songs going in the list, right? And of your songs that you have played, what is your favorite guitar part? Lick, solo, whatever.
Carlos, you have to go first. You know this.
Carlos.
Doesn't have to be Mangoseed. Can be anything.
God. Oh, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Well, it's yours.
I can't. I have to think Mangoseed.
Well, then think Mangoseed.
I have to think Mangoseed. My favorite guitar part / solo for Mangoseed was the original Devil in the Road solo.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Man, yours?
We have a song called Oh No.
Yep.
Yeah. The solo that I did in that, I really like it. Like I feel like I captured something really nice there. It's short, but you know, it's cool. Like when I hear it, like I'm like, yes. But, between that and another song called You Don't Have to Go Halfway Around the World from the previous.
Oh,
Great song.
It's a really great song. That's in the link too. Show notes down there. Click on it.
I want to shout out Rev from John Blood and the Highleys, man. That's the Reverend.
We did one of these with John Blood, and he shouted out Rev because they're working on a project together. The keyboardist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He wants to like bring some eyes on that too.
Rev on one of these one time.
Yeah, we had to get Rev on this apparently.
Big up Rev. Rev loves that song. Halfway Around the World.
All right. So before we run out of time and we had to jump, Kiwan, do you want to say anything to the people before we love you and leave you?
Yeah, I mean, I just happy to come and vibe with y'all. I mean, this was a nice line, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not pushing anything now. Like I don't have any music out now besides that last album. Just right here I have Kin Sound Studios. And we just recently did an album with Kes. Kes came here and recorded his latest album called
Really?
Home. Yeah, so they recorded 7 or 8 songs, or like 9 songs if you include like a medley. So that's coming out.
What's the name of the album?
We Home.
We Home.
Is it out yet, or is that coming out still?
I think it's the 26th or the 28th of August. It's coming out.
So okay, cool.
If you go on Cassidy Band's social media, you'll see some stuff popping up. So
It'll be in the link because time and release.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I did the recording engineering on that project in here, and
nice.
So yeah, that was the last thing that I've been involved with musically. So I'm an engineer as well. I'm a recording and mixing engineer as well.
A badass engineer. Go and check him out if you're ever in the Caribbean. Like seriously, just go.
So thank you, man. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us and bringing some of that Trini vibes here, and also for the music. I think some of this music that you've shared with us today is songs that I went back to that I haven't listened to in a long time, like that Esperanza Spalding song, and just great music. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, man, this was a pleasure.
Again. Everybody watching, listening, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for sticking around for this long. Check out the show notes, and we shall see you in a next one.
Selector.
Rich and Nico in the morning. Like, share, and subscribe to all our videos. And if
buy our shit stuff. He's gonna keep laughing. But seriously, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Come again next week, Tuesday.
Peace.